Hey guys, we're back with a full review of the HiFi Rose RS150B reference class network media player. Now, if you haven't seen our full overview of the HiFi Rose design and features, be sure to check out the brand overview, link below to discover why we were completely blown away by the design and audio quality when we first experienced these at Exponent this year. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and waste no more time. If you watch any of our previous videos on the HiFi Rose, you'll know that this brand has a pretty cool backstory. It has a parent company called Sci-Tech that was founded in 1954, where they first started making set-top boxes for television sets in Korea. What's really interesting is that one of the executives at Sci-Tech was also an audiophile, so he created a division within the company that's dedicated to high-performance audio. And in 2017, the idea that started from a passion for premium components, ideal circuitry, and beautiful hardware with the best user experiences available became a reality, and the HiFi Rose line that we have here today was born. In our HiFi Rose overview, we covered the design philosophy behind this new brand and the user experience, but for this review, we will just focus more on the RS150B hardware and explain its features. Now, since a streaming DAC frequently accesses very large libraries of music from a network-attached storage device such as a NAS or even over the internet, the user interface is really important. Since its parent company already designs touch interface software and already assembles all of the internet kiosk products in-house, HiFi Rose has the resources of a larger tech company. Now, what's really interesting to think about is how internet kiosks are actually designed. Internet kiosks are used in high-traffic public places such as airports, and their software has to be user-friendly and easy to understand, and they always are connected to the internet, so they need to have custom hardware that is also physically robust and software that's reliable and easy to update. The hardware and software benefits actually make a lot of sense for high-end audio network players, and I can see all of these design elements trickle into the RS150B. Internally, there's a very powerful multi-core ARM 64-bit processor with 4 GB of RAM running a custom HiFi Rose version of the Android operating system. So the systems are completely updatable as HiFi Rose is constantly adding new features. Everything about the RS150, however, is a big step up in premium circuitry, build quality, and high-end aesthetics to provide audiophiles the best sound reproduction and user experience available from a single elegant component. For starters, there's a high-definition LCD touch display that's nearly 15 inches wide that just totally dominates the front panel. There are no physical buttons on the front panel, which gives the RS150 the most modern look of all the streamers in the HiFi Rose lineup. HiFi Rose had to actually design a sophisticated user interface that takes full advantage of that ultra-wide touch capacitive screen, and I have to say, the super wide touch display created a really immersive and engaging user experience that drew me deeper into my music collection. The design and build quality doesn't just stop here though. HiFi Rose spending a lot of research and development dollars minimizing the parts needed to assemble the RS150B. The chassis was milled from a solid block of high purity aluminum and then processed as an integral unit to further reduce vibrations and internal noise within the chassis. As a single piece of high purity aluminum, the chassis weighs in at slightly over 28.5 pounds, which maximizes heat efficiency and minimizes acoustic vibrations. The result is a sonically beautiful and modern component spanning almost 17 inches wide, about 12.5 inches across, and standing 5 inches tall. Unlike other HiFi DAC streamer models, this RS150B model is available in silver or black finishes. Inside the chassis, there is a linear power system designed to further eliminate electrical noise by shielding the power supply away from the audio output circuits. This circuitry minimizes distortion, and when this ideal circuit design is blended with its first-class build quality, the RS150 is able to deliver a clear, musical sound profile with an ultra-low noise floor. It's a huge part of the RS150's reference-grade sound quality. HiFi Rose selected ESS's flagship 8-channel DAC chip, which is designed for professional recording studio consoles and audiophile equipment. The ES9038 Pro DAC is a very high-performance 32-bit DAC with what could be the lowest harmonic distortion and noise of any pro-level DAC on the market. It delivers ultra-high resolution sound with ultra-low noise, low distortion, and a fully programmable FIR filter with 7 presets that you can select right from the front panel display to dial in the perfect sound. It's super cool. This really will play back just about any high-res format you can throw at it, up to 768 kilohertz at 32 bits. You could use the RS150 as a DAC preamp with a variable output, which is ideal for a power amp or a pair of active speakers. There are also 6 digital audio output connection types, including coaxial, optical toslink, AES or EBU over digital XLR, a 12S DVI output, and 12S RJ45 output, plus 1 HDMI port that will output Ultra HD 4K video, and you can connect that to your TV or your projector, or even a home theater receiver. For the inputs, there's a pair of unbalanced analog RCA input jacks with variable output level. For connecting digital sources, there are 4 digital inputs, including coaxial, optical toslink, a USB Type-B audio input, AES or EBU over digital XLR, and 1 HDMI ARC input. ARC or ARC stands for Audio Return Channel. This input serves as a pass-through from your TV, allowing all signals or sources outside the RS150 to pass through it, and through the RS150's wide range of output options, including the HDMI 2.0 output, so you can connect the 150's audio output directly to your home theater receiver. You can also install an internal 7mm SSD hard drive up to 4 terabytes in an under-chassis bay if you have a collection of high-res music and 4K videos stored on an external hard drive. You could use any of the RS150's USB 3.0 DAC inputs or the SD card reader on the rear of the unit and experience all of it right from the unit's nearly 15-inch wide front panel display. Or just make a connection with your TV or projector's HDMI input and see it on the big screen. As a high-performance DAC streamer, the RS150 is an extremely flexible high-end audio multimedia hub. We tested the RS150 in a medium-sized room with a pair of Martin Logan Renaissance ESL15A electrostatic floor-standing speakers connected to an Audio Research Reference 75 vacuum tube power amp and a Reference 6 vacuum tube stereo preamp, which provided plenty of power. We also connected the RS150 with HiFi Rose's RA180 reference class integrated amplifier for some A/B comparisons. When we powered it on for the first time, we were immediately greeted with the horizontal stream of familiar icons right on the display. These are icons for music, video, Qobuz, title, clock, settings, and out settings, plus some others that are less obvious. Tapping on the settings icon allows you to make adjustments to the display brightness, the format of the clock display, the appearance of VU meters that can appear when music is playing, and rearrange the order of the apps is also available right here from the front panel. You also have the ability to add or remove apps right from the main menu, so you can keep the ones that you use and just sort them like you would on an iPad or a tablet. There's also a built-in Rose App Store where you can update the apps to the latest versions. There's a really cool custom map that's called RoseTube that will also let you swipe through a curated list of YouTube videos with the highest resolution and audio stream available, plus all of the advertising removed. There are a ton of classical performances here in this app, and we really enjoyed the selections. You can also search and watch any video that is available on YouTube with this feature. HiFi Rose DAC streamers are high-end 2-channel audio devices that also happen to have 4K video capability. So I think fans of Tidal's exclusive video content will probably really love this feature. There's also an in-out settings icon that will let you choose things like setting up digital or analog external inputs to internal, setting up where they default, and then choosing a digital or analog output. And when you select the analog outputs, you can even choose from several FIR interpolation reconstruction filters, select the variable output level or one of the fixed output levels, resample the incoming digital data or not, invert polarity, and apply correction for the bottom 8 bits with 32-bit audio sources. It's super cool. One thing I also have to call out, and I called this out in really all of our reviews use on HiFi Rose is HiFi Rose's companion app really makes it super easy for multiple people to sign into their music streaming accounts like Tidal or Qobuz. And the HiFi Rose Connect app, all I had to do was sign right into my Qobuz account on my phone, even while someone else was already signed into theirs and already controlling the unit. This really makes it super easy for guests to stream their own music to the system when they came over. From there, they can just sign right into their streaming service and then tap on the RS150B that they want to control when prompted in the app. It was really that easy. We streamed all kinds of music, including funk, rock, classical, EDM, and jazz, and everything sounded superb. The RS150 presented sound that was extremely clear, highly resolute, down to the micro detail, and I could hear more harmonics in the instruments, which made everything from audio coming from 4K videos to high-res tracks sound more natural, like a live concert was playing in the room. On this model, I kept coming back to high-res versions of great American classic rock hits with this. On a really good pair of speakers, a high-performance stack like this will reveal a separation of detail with natural harmonics that just makes the music come alive. The lead guitar, for example, on Black Magic Woman by Santana had a tuneful sense of timing and a rhythm and pacing that had my feet tapping the floor. Bongos and organs just floated way outside the speakers with holographic realism that was almost like being transported right into a live concert. The very high-performance stack and the RS150 revealed even the tiniest details. When I played a live version of Guinevere performed in 2012 by Crosby, Stills and Nash, the hairs on the back of my neck literally stood up. The tiny harmonics hiding in plucked acoustic guitar strings resonated naturally with a tuneful sense of timing that reverberated like a concert hall floating outside the speakers. Being able to experience the tiniest details down to the sound of the room where the instruments were actually recorded are the kinds of detail that draw you into the music and bring the performance closer to you. The RS150 is one of the most flexible multimedia hubs for high-end audio and video we have ever seen. The sound it presented satisfied even the most hard-to-please audiophiles at AudioVice. If you're in the market for a streaming DAC with or without preamp capabilities, we strongly recommend the HiFi Rose RS150B. With plenty of ways to expand it, this is the model that will be best suited in a very high-end 2-channel audio system, or even as an all-in-one streaming multimedia solution in a custom home theater when you pair it with an amp. I think for anyone with a collection of high-res music and 4K video files stored on an external hard drive or even an SD card, this one delivers a very convenient solution to experience it all with fantastic reference class sound quality. We also like that you can pair this with the HiFi Rose RSA 780 CD drive and rip a CD collection right to the unit. If I had to find a con to call out about this model, it is really cool that this unit is Roon ready and a Roon endpoint. But for the price point, it would have been an even bigger pro if HiFi Rose had tapped into that powerful CPU and made this one into a Roon core. This is not a huge deal since most Roon users will still use a computer as their core, but it would have really kicked it up a notch if it were made to be a true core. Having said that, as a Roon endpoint or as a totally self-contained music server using the HiFi Rose Connect app, the RS150B is extremely Roon-like, and for high-res audio and 4K video, it could almost be a Roon replacement in its own right. If you are in the market for a top-of-the-line streaming DAC with or without preamp capabilities, the HiFi Rose RS150 has one of the best user experiences available, and its sound quality is first class. We strongly recommend the HiFi Rose RS150. All right, that wraps up our take on the RS150B. I hope this quick review has given you some insight about this cool high-performance network streamer and why we're so impressed with HiFi Rose in general. To learn more about HiFi Rose network streamers, integrated amps, and their CD drive, be sure to check out those individual reviews. If you are thinking about upgrading your home audio setup, be sure to check out audiovice.com where you'll find a lot more reviews just like this one, product comparisons, and you can browse our inspiration gallery and how-to videos. If you have any questions or want more info about the RS150, be sure to give us a call, chat with us, or stop into one of our award-winning showrooms and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss the latest home audio and home theater content, and we'll see you next time.